it's Fabled Taco, and this is another episode of Fortnite Insights. In this one, we are going to be looking at how to peek properly and how to get more kills without taking as much damage because of the fact that we are peeking properly. So we have one rift at the Durburger. We're gonna be dropping in at the doghouse. Got a ton of people landing here. Land on the balcony. We got a shield potion. Pickaxe twice, and we got the kill. Okay, the other guy went outside. But we're gonna drink our big pot. Okay, I stopped just a little too late. Really? Bust through here. Oh my god. So there, we realized that we're peeking too hard. I didn't know if he had a gun or not, so I was taking a bit of a hard peek at first. And once we knew he had a gun, we quickly jumped up, recognized he was pretty much dead from any shot. If I had a full body or a headshot, so jumped up, took a shot, got the kill, didn't take much damage from the fight. So we have like 4 people fighting there. And a fellow in this house. This guy has a heavy shotgun. Okay, that was unfortunate that we didn't hit her. First shot. Okay, so this guy's at the bottom. And we have another guy in the broken down house. So they're fighting. We got the kill on that guy. Swoop in for the queen. And so there. Almost got him with the trap. he's actually back outside. Okay, there we were just waiting. In our corner, jumped up, took the nice peek, and hit that clean headshot. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any shield. We're gonna... Yeah, that guy drank up the last of his minis. We can check the corrupted zone. And pick up these bandages. So usually you don't want to jump and peek, but in that case we kind of had to because of our angle, our ramp wasn't rotated so that we could quickly crouch and uncrouch. But usually, oh my god. Okay, so that's his hand cannon. Maybe not. Yeah, we're just gonna have to keep... Okay, so that was a little more difficult because of the fact that we had such little health. So we have to play it very safe and our peaks. So a very good strategy when you are low health, your peaks have to be very useful and they have to do a lot of damage for the amount of time that you're exposing yourself. So right there we had to make sure. Usually you don't want to be a one-shot to any gun, so that way you have time to react, right? So I realized that I had to be a one-shot to his deagle because it does 75 damage and I can get 75 max with these bandages. And once I realized that, I looked to see if he had his deagle out, and even if you aren't sure, it's better to be safe than sorry. Because we were already so far into the game, right? So you don't want to restart and lose all those 10 minutes for trying to overplay and try to do a little bit more than you should. So we made sure he didn't have his deagle out. Once he started shooting us with our AR, we knew he had his AR out, and we knew that it was safe to peek with our AR to get some more shots in. Again, taking very short peeks. If you are low on health, you don't want to be taking very long peeks where you're spraying the enemy down a lot. You kind of just want to take little short peeks that'll damage them, and over time you'll slowly become even on health. And I really can't get it. But yeah, those are the type of peeks you want to take when you're low on health. So you'll want to take tons of small peeks and make sure that in those small peaks you're hitting shots, and if you're not, you're not peeking as much, or if he used a strategy that you saw worked on you, you're not allowing the other person to do it again. So yeah, we're looking much better now. Good loadout, full health. I would like some shield to carry, but it's fine. 11 people remaining. I think we'll loot the rest of this building just for shield. So yeah, you want to use that jumping tactic. Helps a lot. It can be, there is a counter to it, and if you're good, you'll be able to counter it, but most players don't do it. And the counter to it is, if someone's building, right, you could just wait for them to jump, shoot it before... Oh. There's another guy here. I'm pretty sure. So if you pre-fire and you're the guy who's on the ground, you will get your shot off first. So then you're basically just jumping and taking damage, which you don't want to do. But try out like one jump with that strategy, and then if the opponent doesn't know how to counter it, continue to do it until he's dead. And if he does, then you can try to reposition, because that's the best type of peek is an unexpected peek, and repositioning can help you get more unexpected peeks along with edits. That's why the jumping strategy is really good, because sometimes you'll automatically just floor over a person and just get the surprise shot on them and get an easy heal him without taking damage. So that's one of the other positives of using the jumping technique, is that you do claim more of the territory for yourself. So we're gonna farm up a little more. One thing that you do need to know when you are peeking, because this video is mostly about peeking from high ground, so when you are peeking from high ground, you're gonna need like a decent amount of materials, because you are using your builds to shield you instead of just taking damage. So you will need a little more materials. We have a guy right here. Pretty sure. Yep. Oh my god, don't. Okay, so there we lasered him with the deagle. We knew he was low, so that's why, so you're not gonna pop this. That is why I did go in so aggressively. Dang it, he took the slurp. So that is why I went in so aggressively. Usually I wouldn't go in that aggressively, but I knew I hit him for 144 and 33. So I knew he was pretty much dead. Then we got the trap off, which unfortunately he deagled through. A lot of players won't see that coming, and they'll kind of just die from it. But yeah, that was a good showing of like the low ground warrior peeking, where you're kind of just jumping up, taking shots to get damage, chipping your opponent down slowly. And another thing that I did there was the deagle shot I had to stand still for, right, because first shot accuracy, but when I was spraying my AR, I didn't just stand still. I made sure to crouch and uncrouch, and although it increases the bloom. When there are 5 people, you know when someone's in a fight, and if someone has a sniper, especially in that open of an area, they're probably gonna have an angle on you. And the last thing you want to have happen to you late game is get sniped. It's one of the most annoying ways to go out, and that's one way to prevent it. So we're just gonna take high ground right here. I did not mean to do that. Build up some metal. Oh my god, I can't edit. And we're just gonna take a look at what's going on. See where the, okay, so the deal, now that he knows we're here, it's kinda not worth it to use it. Because we do have to peek for so long. But we are gonna work our way down this building. And then head over to McGuffins. He's not even paying attention. Okay, but that guy has a sniper. So I think they both have snipers. Oh, almost snuck that nade through. Make sure there aren't any traps. Okay, I think we are going to proceed to push this guy. Oh. Okay, so there, I used a pretty good strategy to kill people. He was phasing through my build, so that's why I took quite a bit of damage. But at the end there, you saw how he was jumping up and trying to get a low ground peak. One counter to that, if they're just constantly jumping up, you're really predictable when you jump, because you're just going up and down at pretty much the same speed. So all I had to do was wait until he was traveling down and then take a shot, right? Because he was moving so predictably. Now I would like to get my hands on some meds, but I don't know if that's gonna be possible. So we'll just box up, look for more people. Okay, so we got a guy over there. He's not in circle. We're gonna wait. I mean, let the circle do some work for us. We could share some more tips. So right there, I was kind of trying to panic build the guy, which is kind of a mistake. Actually, I'll go over some sniper peeking tips. So right here, I can see the guy. So I just want to take a quick shot. But if I don't see the guy, I usually like to take one shot to look at the guy and one shot to line up my shot. But here, I know I could peek for as long as I want. Well, not as long as I want, as long as they're not paying attention, because there are only 3 people left in the game. So I do have plenty of time to peek. I think one guy's gonna die in the storm. Oh, it's actually a 1v1. I didn't even realize the other guy died. Okay, so we tagged him for 32. 27. If he's gone for the edit, I already have my cursor right on him. And I know that he has to move, so we could just put our cursor exactly where he has to go. And once again, oh, I was gonna say we know exactly where he has to go, but you could also just spray people down like that. We had that nice edit on him at the end, although he placed a ramp, which was a really weird positioning for it, so he couldn't really do much. But when people do place their ramps, if they place their ramp sideways and you get a ramp off on their wall sideways, you always want to edit the middle wall, because you have a really good angle and they're kind of stuffed up against the wall. So that's another really quick tip. And I think that's it for the video, guys. See you later.